And by the way, just so you understand, you know that Ukraine is being totally devastated, right? If anybody thinks they're coming out good, Ukraine, I looked at pictures recently where cities are just literally wiped out. There's not a building standing. The entire city is wiped out. Then they'll say, 3 people were injured today in a certain city. The whole city is knocked down. They say, no, thousands of people were killed. And many, many more people are being killed in Ukraine than anyone has any idea about. It would have never happened. Now, with that being said, it did happen. I believe I could settle that thing in 24 hours. I think I could. I really do. I really do. And continuing to pour money in is delaying everything. It's delaying a lot of settlement. It's delaying a lot of things. But it's also getting a lot of people killed, because every day that goes on, more and more people are getting killed. More and more of some of those incredible buildings with the domes that are 1,000 years old, they're just laying down dead right now. The whole cities are being done. Almost every single power plant in Ukraine has been destroyed because Russia wins wars with the cold. They beat Napoleon with the cold. They beat Hitler with the cold. That's how they win. And that's what they're doing now. They're knocking out all the power plants and people are freezing to death. And it's a very bad thing. I could settle that in one day. As president, you need the power of that office. But you need to have shtekel. You need to have a way of dealing. You can't do that just by standing and saying, oh, we're going to get it. Look, people are dying. The country is being obliterated. Russia's a warring nation. They have many missiles. And if those missiles didn't work, they have other missiles, which we don't even want to talk about. Very powerful missiles, just like we have, and bombs. And that should be settled immediately, and it could be settled immediately. And when I watch these people going over there and talking, they have no idea what they're doing. And every day that goes by, in many ways, is a gift to Putin, because it just gets worse and worse, and more people are, how do they live like that? And many aren't living. The death count is much higher than what people are reporting, much, much higher. And it's a shame to see it, because there's a case, today's President's Day, and I put out a Truth. I hope everyone's on Truth, because it's better than Twitter, it's better than anything. I put out a Truth. And in the Truth, I said it very, very strongly. I said, look, this is a time, I believe our nation's in more danger than it's ever been in, because of a word known as nuclear. Nuclear is so devastating that we don't even want to talk about it. And that was a word that was never supposed to be mentioned. You have 2 N-words, neither of which should ever be mentioned. I said that once. I said, oh, what a terrible thing to say. No, you have 2 N-words. You know what the one is, but the other is the nuclear word. Not supposed to ever be mentioned. Ever, ever, ever. It's mentioned every single day now. Every single day they talk about, will this end up in nuclear war? We're on the precipice of a disaster, the likes of which this world has never seen. This will make World War I and World War II like baby stuff. If you saw the power that I saw, and I was in the White House, and I was the one that rebuilt our military, fully rebuilt our military. We had jet fighter planes that were 44 years old. We had bombers where the grandfather flew them, his son flew them, and his son flew them, where the bombers were 60-some-odd years old. No, we rebuilt it, and they gave, $85 billion to the Taliban, but that's just a small fraction of what we did and what we built. We did an incredible job with the military, and the military loves us. But you know what? We have to get that thing settled. You can't just continue to pour. One other thing I have to say while we're on the subject, and you do have a lot of fakers back there, although I think you've really sort of combed it out. You only have pretty good ones, right? And some very good ones. Wow, boy, do they have a story after this deal. I'll get blown up by this one, won't I, Monica? Huh? But all I do is tell the truth, right? Tell the truth. But you got to get that solved. You can't just keep spending billions and hundreds of billions of dollars. So as of today, I hear we're up to $114 billion. No money for Ohio and those people that we're going to see, those great people that we're going to see. No money. Wednesday is right. I hope you're going to be there. You're going to be there? Travel up from Miami Beach. Huh? She's going to travel from Miami Beach. But you know what? If we don't get that solved, bad things are going to happen. You know, they have signs that Trump was right about everything, and I was right about a lot.